Anthony, I see you. I got you, Anthony.
I got you, Anthony.
Sorry about that. Those are my end.
Good afternoon, sir.
One more time, I didn't quite catch you.
Oh, good afternoon, sir.
Good to see you. How you been?
I've been great, sir. Been great.
So I'm doing this one unstructured. So unless you guys have specific questions, I don't really have anything for you. You're doing good work, and you know what I'm looking for. Big thing on this is now that you've read a few of the chapters, that's a great shadow box back there. That, by the way, that is spectacular. Now that you've read a few of the chapters, so what they want you to do is pick the protagonist in the article. Okay, personalize this. We're not talking about they. And it would be in the role of the CEO or whoever you're picking. Kind of put yourself in their footsteps. And then, is this a problem, a decision, or an evaluation? Most of these articles are problems. The week 2 article was more kind of a decision. You saw that Goldman CEO, Solomon, has decided to do some things. He's decided to make some changes. So what happens is each of these 3 problem, decision, evaluation has its own way of analyzing. And you read about that in your chapters, okay? And so kind of put it together. But the basic of it is you go through that article, you pick that protagonist, and you say, okay, this is about change, or this is about communication, or this is about fundamental leadership. This is about having a vision. This is about using Cotter's 8-step change method. I don't care to a degree, I don't care what you pull out, as long as you pull out something that is related to leadership, okay? And part of what I was trying to get across is it's okay to have a political article. You had a great one. But it was really kind of tough to kind of figure out who's the leader in this and what approach you want to take. So if we're going to take the Hong Kong CEO, then what is her leadership dilemmas? And you kind of highlighted some. And they may be political as a rule. She's got to build a coalition. She's got to get people behind her. But that's basic leadership. How would you advise her to go forward? Leadership style. You know, would you be dictatorial? You know, would you be more accommodating? Would you open this up to a process of a vote? You know, would you bring in outsiders to advise you, or would you bring people up through the ranks? You see what I'm getting at?
Yes,
it's more of a, you know, there was a few that got into the, when we were talking about like the Nike shoes and stuff like that. They wanted to kind of get into the woke, social justice, policy making, or they wanted to get into the economics of how you sell a shoe. Okay, those are good, but that's not really what we're after here. As a leader, okay, is this what you want in your organization? You have now allowed somebody to make a decision on a production run that you've already invested resources in. Should you have brought them in sooner, i.e., maybe now? Or do you not listen to them and now you've got another leadership dilemma? You know, you've got an unhappy endorser of your shoe. Can you afford that? Yeah, probably not. So you see where I'm kind of driving you guys?
Yes, sir. Yeah, so your comments were, your comments kind of woke me up. Yeah. But the only question, the one thing that I was getting a little bit confused on is that, going off the book, I was going off the book as far as setting it up.
Yeah.
Because the book, like for the first one I did, I made that a problem analysis. And I was trying to go off with with the book, how the book broke it down with the paragraphs.
Right.
And that was a little different to, I guess you want us to put those 3 headliners each time about the leadership challenges, those 3 ones.
Yeah, that's where I'm gonna kind of open up the green curtain, as a Wizard of Oz reference. The guy who wrote the syllabus didn't read the book.
Right.
And now I've got to kind of get these things together.
Yes, sir.
So, right, up front, continue to use those 3. There are some good recommendations in the book on how to structure and how to range and all that.
Yes.
If you want to try to use that, that's fine, but you've got to limit it to the specific questions we're asking.
Right.
Okay, so I hate to do that to you, but as you know me, if you're answering those questions, and I can find it, how you get there, how you write it is your business. If you want to add to that, hey, that's fine. But that's a little extra work that I don't think you have to do.
Right.
You're right, and I didn't take any points away from that.
Right.
The points for you were, who are we talking about? And
yes, sir.
Specifically, what challenges from the leadership, and I hate to. Mr.
Yes,
Jack's book, and you don't have to quote chapter and verse out of his book. Yeah, but you got it right there, and you were the tab,
right.
Tab king. And so as you go through there, as you look at where you've tabbed all those things,
right,
you got it, man. You nail it. So you read the article and you go, oh well, shoot, that's courage and moral leadership. Oh, that's leadership, mind and emotion. Oh, that's leadership communication. Oh, that's team leadership. Oh, that's change leadership. You see what I'm getting at? And then once you got that, man, pow. Okay, so if you're going to talk change leadership to me, and that was what the Goldman article was, and you're going to see me put it in there.
Right.
And you say change leadership, I'm going to ask you then, I'm going to be looking for something. And one of those is that you learned Cotter's 8 steps. Okay?
Right.
He was in Taft. And the first thing he says to enact change is what? Do you remember? Cotter's 8-step change. The first step, you got to create a sense of urgency.
All right.
You got to light a fire.
Yes.
Never lose an opportunity on a crisis, or paraphrasing former chief of staff of the White House. So if you can work that in, man, you've nailed it. You have absolutely nailed it. And it's not that hard, and I know you know this. It's just a matter of us going through a couple of steps and getting there.
Yeah, I think I have a better understanding of what you're looking for. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you come in for your, you were going to do U.S. Postal Service, right?
Yes.
Oh man.
Yeah, because
you got a lot of leadership.
Ups and downs. Yes.
So there's so much in there. You might want to say, okay, I'm going to talk about the leadership challenges for the U.S. Postal Service in these 3 areas.
Yes.
Communication, hiring, and teamwork. Or I'm going to talk about it in these 3 areas. Path, goal, leadership, vision for the future, and strategy. Or and because I don't want you writing 50 pages and making this a lot longer. If you look at it, you really don't have much I've kind of necked you down into size of the paper. It's not a lot. And you got a variety of questions you got to kind of hit. So you got to kind of be focused in. And if you picked, diversity, I'm not going to sit back here and go, I'm so sick of that. I don't want to hear diversity. You know me. I want to hear what you have to say. And this is where I'm trying to help some of your fellow students who've never had me. Your conclusion and the evidence you're using to support.
Right.
And I'm a 3x5 rule guy. So,
yes.
So, hey, I think U.S. Postal Service has a leadership challenge, and I'm addressing it in these 3 areas.
Yes.
U.S. Postal Service is the best run organization I've ever seen in these areas. Or, of course, I might look at you like, okay.
Right. Gotta give you some proof, yeah.
Well, and you state your case, yeah.
Right. And I have another question. I went on the tutorials. I want to make sure that I'm in the right place. I got on to the tutorials, but there wasn't a lot of speaking. There was only like 4 or 5 things speaking at the beginning, but those were just little short snippets, about a minute and 2. But then after that, there was a lot of I don't want to say pamphlets, but papers dealing with this class we were doing, dealing with dealing with the case studies. I wasn't a lot of I thought it was gonna be a lot of talking. Am I in the right place?
Yeah, there's not a lot of talking, and
okay. That's why I was looking when you said tutorial. I thought that's what it was going to be. Okay.
Yeah, it's really more. It's not in depth.
Right.
And I should have. Bear with me here a second. I'm looking at my files. I think I had an extract. Yeah. So let me. Let's see.
Yeah.
I want to share my screen with you. And I can't remember how to do that. Okay, I got you there. Okay. Unified share. All right. There we go. Do you see my computer screen?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So your case analysis, Coach, kind of looks like
Yes, sir. Yep.
introduction case analysis, and it is a variety of very short snippets.
Right.
And I would say you could probably knock that thing out in like 30 minutes.
Right.
As long as it is. And it's not that long. And then the key on that is it's really more of a supplement to your text. The original text for this class, I'll be honest with you, was very in-depth.
Right.
And this edition took a lot of that out. And that's maybe not a bad thing. It creates a little bit of a challenge of what I'm going to ask you for the exams. but it's still pretty good. I still like it. You know, it gives you kind of that framework. But the piece of this one really is what you're bringing to it. And so, you know, it's an opportunity to go through an article, see what's happening, make your kind of, okay, here's how I would advise the leader in this circumstance.
Right.
And then balance that with what your other fellow students are saying or what I'm saying.
Okay.
And, you know, kind of test yourself. Hey, you're my first guy on Zoom. I'm pretty excited.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know. Have a little bit of a challenge here.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm about ready to go in and grade the week 2, or post the grades for the week 2 article. And you're going to see me there use a slide you may have seen me use before. And this is where you have the benefit over some of your fellow students. Hold on a second, I'm going through some. Let me pull something up here. Remember this guy?
Yes.
All right. All else fails. If you can't even get past LDR 300, DAF's text. If you come in here and you tell me, hey, this is an issue of who U.S. Postal Service is hiring, who they're promoting, and how they execute their mission.
Right.
And I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Because you remember the 7, 3 who's, 4 hows.
Right.
If he's wrong, hey, you're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You're more than 2 wrong, you ain't gonna last. In my opinion. So far, it's borne itself out. I haven't had anybody come in and say, you're full of shit, Jamison. Use the language.
It's working. It's working.
Okay, so I've talked most of the Zoom session. Is this what you needed?
Yes, sir.
All right, and you're doing okay.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Great. Well, like I said, unless you got anything else, hey man, that's this is your time. I'm going to go in, like I said, post some grades. I got to
Okay.
hang out, or we could shoot the shit, or we could talk some football, or whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm fine. So, are you at Mount Olive? I know your last one. You say he's going to be at Mount Olive.
Yeah, I'm sitting in our old classroom here in Jacksonville right now.
Okay, so will you continue to do that?
Yeah, see, they've driven most of us adjunct to online.
Right.
And I'm not much of an online guy.
Right.
I mean, I could do it, but I really like having these discussions.
Okay.
And being in front of students.
Right.
And just, okay, I read what you said, now I'm going to read what I said, and then I got to figure out how to tell everybody else the same thing I'm telling you.
Right.
And then now I got to go back and figure out what I've told them that I haven't told you. And I'm not disciplined enough. So
right.
Part of what they've required us this year with the new 8-week session is they told us we have to do a Zoom session.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I mean, you tell me what you want, and I'll give it to you. But it makes sense to me.
Okay.
And with technology, why not?
Okay. But it is all right for us to come visit you then.
Hey, if you want to come on in and sit here while I'm sitting doing Zoom, that's it. Or if you need to meet for a beer, we can do that.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, sir.
You may pay for it. But,
okay.
I'm just kidding. Anyway, yeah, so that shadow box, you got that when you retired?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, I did. Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, that is nice.
Yeah. So, somebody thought I was all right, so.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, you didn't get to where you got. There's not that many people who have achieved and attained what you have.
It's great.
I mean, That's something I have to remind people, particularly that live in this area.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, hey, you make master gunnery sergeant.
Yeah.
Holy cow! That's and of course, I think every Marine at some point wants to be a gunny. So if you
Yeah.
make gunny, man,
Yeah.
you know what else is there at that point?
Yeah. You're right.
I used to tell people the three best ranks I knew were corporal, captain, and colonel.
Yeah. Okay.
I said, but every Marine wants to be a gunny.
Yeah. You know, captain was probably one of the best ranks for an officer to be.
It was good. If you know when you're in command, if you're a company commander, it's great.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
staff,
I think, yeah, captain like a sergeant. I mean, you like the in between. You can do crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then they won't fault you for it. He's just a captain. You know what I'm saying? This is your opportunity, to get out there and try new things. And then you also get some added on responsibility. So
that's
I
what,
used to tell all my officers that, hey, if the CO ain't cussing you out, something's wrong. So that's what I should tell them. I say, if you ain't been in his office this week, something's wrong. Something's wrong. This is
the problem with that, Anthony, is that guys like you have us now with disability for bad hearts. We can't live this long now.
Yeah. Awesome.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah. All righty. Hey, appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for coming up on the net, man.
All right. All right.
I'll put a little extra credit in your next paycheck. How's that?
Okay. All right. Have a good evening.
All right. You do the same, sir.
All right.